When the engineers at Audi designed the naturally understated A4, they anticipated one or two different reactions. After all, up until then, 5-valve 4-cylinder technology wasn't exactly available to the general public. But never ones to resist a bit of a challenge, the engineers believed they could be the first to bring Formula One technology to the roads, stylishly, comfortably, and economically. As August Hoch, the father of Audi, said at the beginning of the century, "I believe this company should be closely associated with significant events in automobile design. In other words, advancement through technology, or as it's more commonly known in Britain, Vorsprung durch Technik." It was this that led Hoch to victory, driving one of the very first Audis himself in the Austrian Alpine Rally. And so he set a pattern for a company that has often challenged more conventional thinking. Take the subject of exhaust emission. Every petrol-driven Audi since 1989 has been fitted with catalytic converters, well before the law insisted. So anyone who drives an Audi can breathe more easily. And whilst Audi protects the environment from the car, we naturally also protect the car from the environment. It was Audi engineers who decided to zinc galvanize their cars against the elements, not just the parts you can see, but every part throughout the car, inside as well as out. Some might say we go a little too far. But when you insist on giving every Audi a 10-year bodywork warranty, going too far is furthest from your mind. For example, when other manufacturers were still talking about wind resistance, Audi had already introduced the idea of aerodynamics to car manufacturing. It's a word that sounds so familiar today, but for a long time it was only really talked of in other driving circles. By the way, obviously, ABS, driver's airbag, and side impact protection are standard on the Audi A4. Audi has introduced many innovations over the years. Quattro four-wheel drive, for example, that have often caused something of a reaction. So it's entirely expected that people are going to have one or two things to say about the Audi A4. About the highly efficient 5-valve per cylinder engine, the first of its kind in the world, volume production. About the improvements in performance and economy. The Audi A4 accelerates more quickly, but surprisingly uses less fuel. And of course about the positive way in which the A4 handles. Because after all, what is power unless it's control? The A4 owes a great deal to what the motoring press has called the best car in the world, the new aluminium Audi A8. The revolutionary 4-link front suspension from the A8 has been retuned for the Audi A4 to make the car remarkably responsive. Yet, oddly, in such a real driver's car, you'll enjoy an uncannily smooth ride, whilst the Audi A4 flattens out all the bumps in the road. And so, the moral of the story is, when you're driving the new Audi A4, with its unique 20-valve racing technology engine, and a suspension that smooths out all life's little problems, you can afford to be understated. Vorsprung durch Technik, as your local dealer will enthusiastically demonstrate.